News media, social media.
You okay there?
Had a hiccup.
Huh? Yeah, what gave you gas? News media or social media?
I don't know. Probably social media. Too much crap on there.
Yeah. This just in.
Welcome back to the Gentleman's Sit Down. We are an untraditional podcast.
Trying to be traditional gentlemen.
I'm Ceterius Delamitius.
And I'm Joshua Callahan.
Links in the description for social medias below. Give it a follow. Come on. If you like the video at the end of the video, leave a like on the video.
How about them apples?
Leave a comment on the video. Subscribe to the channel. Hey,
Look
ding
at
a
all the
bell.
options you get to do.
Yeah, give
It's
a follow.
interactive.
Give a follow. Come on. You
Subscribe.
know, only at the end of the video, make the decision. We're not saying make it now. I mean, you could leave a like, and then if you don't like it at the end, dislike it. Leave a hate comment. It's fine. Do what you got to do.
Jesus.
News media, social media.
That's the topic today.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's relevant for a gentleman?
Well, if a gentleman wants to be informed, this is my opinion. This is how I look at it.
You have an opinion
Yeah.
about this?
Yeah.
Get out of here. Let me hear it.
If you're a gentleman looking to be informed, you'll check out the news media. If you're a gentleman looking to be entertained, you'll check out the social media.
And the podcast is over. Thank you for talking. You know, there's the point. Okay, bye-bye. Bye.
Later. End of the episode. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, all that. No, I'm kidding. So I see it. I'm sure you see similar, right? Come on.
Listen, I think the idea that, print media, for instance, being real news media, like real kind of journalism going on in the stories and in news media, even on television and as news anchors, there's more responsibility there to get it right, more investigation. I missed the print media, and I think social media has taken over. Social media has taken over because it is more entertaining. It's more interactive. Ooh, a notification. Ooh, I get a thumbs up. I get to ding a bell. I get to do this. There's more. Look at me. I'm doing stuff. No, you're not. You're on your friggin' thing doing this like a monkey. And you're not really engaging with I think sometimes, with the world at large. Now, it is entertaining. It is fun to be connected, but it's not news. News is news. It says it's in the title of what it is. News, social media, social, in a media way.
It's about socializing.
Socializing.
Boom.
End of the podcast. Okay, bye.
Right.
We talked about it. We did it.
Did it. Nah, but yeah, social media, it's like...
I'm a little bit dramatic. I know. I'm being dramatical.
No, I mean,
it's more entertaining.
You can get news from social media, but it's not the news. A lot of people treat it like it's the news. Like, oh, I saw the video, therefore I know.
You
And
get
it's like,
reaction to news on social media. I mean, okay,
Yeah.
social media can be obviously part of the news.
Yeah.
Like, look at the people reacting on social media to the government overturning a war that's happening, which is newsworthy,
yeah.
right? But I mean, it's not, you won't learn the reasons why something started in a room years ago or on a piece of paper unless you read or watch news media.
Yeah. Social media is entertainment. A lot of it's like reality. It's like reality TV, And like sometimes you get like the real deal. Someone videotapes, like, let's say something's happening.
Yeah.
They catch it on their phone, they post it on the internet, and boom, now we have
It's
evidence.
viral.
Yeah.
It's trending.
Yeah, we get some evidence of what happened. We can see what happened. So yeah, it could be news in that way where, it's new, like it shows you an event that's happening, but it's not explaining the event and it's only a portion of the event. So to treat it, the one video evidence as the end all be all for your, intake of the news of that circumstance is kind of ignorant.
Yeah, I look at it like this. It's like one doesn't erase the other. Like we're doing a versus because they get intermingled all the time, right? It's not to say that one is less important or less relevant. I think they're both important and both relevant, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but if I had to debate and argue, make a choice, I'd say I'd rather, if I had to have one over the other, I'd rather have news media. I'd rather be informed in a clear and justified and researched, balanced way
Yeah.
than a way that's more about getting a response.
Yeah.
Just an emotional kind of reaction or response. Yeah. I think so it's not like if you have one over the other, they'll both live with us.
I
They'll
think
be with us for a while.
I think, in my opinion, I think we need both right now.
Yeah.
Because news media, they're very informative, but sometimes, there's people that
they can be controlled.
Exactly, they can be controlled. They can be bought out, and then that's
influence and power.
That's where social media comes in play. And it's like, listen, be weary of this information. It's not 100% wrong, but it's not 100% accurate either because of X, Y, Z. Maybe this guy bought this, and influencing that.
True.
So that's where it goes. I think it's more powerful that they both exist and they go hand in hand. The people need an outlet to voice and to inform the other people, and the people also need to be informed by people who are there, who know how to inform people properly.
But the same bad actors who try to manipulate and have power over something are also people on social media too. Like those same bad actors can use social media as a tool, just as they use news media as a tool.
Yeah.
So it's a tool, recognizing it as this is something for humans. But once humans get their grubby hands on things, we're like, how can I use it for my own gain?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So you need both, ultimately. There's no victor in this.
I'm glad we have. Yeah, it's not about, I know, we do the verses to say, hey, have you thought about this?
Yeah.
You thinking about weighing them about? It's like comparing them side by side. Are they apples and oranges, or are they just two different types of apples?
Yeah.
I think it's apples and oranges here.
Yeah.
They just happen to have media in it.
Yeah, exactly. They're two different things, but they do serve a
understand the difference so don't get
sometimes.
confused by their likenesses.
Yeah, you got to understand the difference. You got to understand the power they both have, and you got to understand how they both can be twisted and used. That's just the way it is. It seems like it's very complicated because it probably can be sometimes, but sometimes it's quite simple. It's if you really want to be informed properly on a situation or maybe a decision that the government's trying to make, or maybe
you're gonna say.
you gotta do a lot of research. You gotta read, like, they say they have sides, right? Left and right. Well, you got to read sources from both. You got to look at social media, listen to people who are on both sides, and you got to really
be open to it, because your whole closed-mindedness will stop you and refuse you from listening to another side or being open to the ideas of another side, of an opposing force.
Yeah.
And you know what? Go to the library, use that Dewey Decimal System and the microfiche, and go look on the old papers and find things that existed a long time ago hidden in the newspapers. Newspapers are important.
Yeah.
Because you know what? There's something about when you write it and it's final. You write it down in newspaper print. It's like, I'll stand behind it. It's a thing.
Yeah.
Social media, if people forget that you're putting words out there and it's like, freedom of speech, it's just like gibberish or like regurgitated information and reaction, and then it just floats away. No, it's out there.
Yeah.
It exists.
Stuck.
Stand behind about it,
Exactly.
Did you just say duck?
No, I said it's stuck there.
Oh, like duck. Here comes a tweet. Duck. It's gonna crap on you.
Yeah. No, but it stays stuck right there.
Duck. Drop and roll.
Yeah.
I'm like wondering, like, if you read an article like holy, and then you duck under the paper and you drop and roll and try to get away from it. Like the facts will come get you.
Yeah. Forgot what I was gonna say now.
I'm sorry. Duck. Okay.
Social media is entertainment. That's what you got, and it's the ability for people to socialize. In the media, the news media, they're trying to inform you. They're trying to legitimately inform you, but you really can't. Like, some people go out there and they try to study information, all right? Or they do their research with the sole purpose of to make their argument stronger rather than them just trying to find the truth. And I think that's another problem with,
Right.
but that's more of an individual problem than it is a social media or news media problem. It's an individual problem. People need to go into the mindset when they're actually, reading articles and when they're reading people's reactions to articles or events, or they're looking at videos or tweets, commentaries on circumstances. They need to keep their mind open to being wrong and to being misinformed, and how they can truly, like, you got to really dig. Usually, from my personal experience and my personal opinion to things, usually when you look at both sides and you keep looking at both sides and hearing from both sides, you eventually find out that the truth is somewhere really in the middle, and it's not so much this side or that side with arguments
There's
and
yin
stuff
yang and there's a balanced ideas.
yeah,
Of course.
exactly.
Well, the problem is in both regards. There's people in news media that want to make it more entertaining because they want you to watch them. So
Exactly.
you get the Rupert Murdochs that want you to, okay, news is entertainment. Let's make it flashy. Let's make it flashy.
Yeah.
And let's make it like reality TV. Let's make it like social media. But it is not. Like when you're talking about these videos and watching the videos, you always got to understand too, you may think it's on camera, therefore it is news. I'm watching something. But who's behind the camera?
Mm-hmm.
Who's writing the words that people are speaking behind the camera? And the same regard, when people do a news article or something and they speak to only a certain set of people, you don't get the other side. So you only get the opinions and viewpoints of the people they chose to talk to, because it's more interesting to hear them talk because they're choosing a more entertaining way or attitude or tone or phrases or words that fire people up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they know they're going to get more of a reaction, mostly negative, but they're going to get a reaction from somebody speaking this way. That's why there's always a fire, an alien. They always go to somebody crawling. Yeah, man. They talk to some crazy person in the neighborhood. It's climbing out the window and has this unique perspective. It's a perspective, true, but I don't know if it's a newsworthy perspective. When you get both sides of an argument and you interview people who land on both sides of an argument, then maybe you have a more well-rounded idea of what actually is going on.
Yeah.
Do your research.
Yeah. So
Google is not just one Google deep.
Yeah. Google me, Chuck.
Go deeper. Get your galoshes on when you Google, because you got to get in the thick of it.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
So ultimately, news media versus social media is not really a versus. It's a balancing act.
Yeah.
They're fighting
That's
each
the
other.
fulcrum.
They're fighting each other, but it's really not. You're not. You as the receiver needs to really balance them, because ultimately news media is going to do some social media tactics. Social media is going to try and do some news media tactics, and then vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're going to do it.
Absolutely. That's why I like Venn diagrams, because they show them as separate entities, but you can see where they intersect.
Exactly.
And where they intersect, that's the gray, muddy, sometimes more interesting area. People get bored when they just watch just news and they just do the newsy.
Yeah.
And they get bored and they get like frustrated and aggravated and trolly when they're just doing the social media stuff.
Yo.
It's somewhere in the middle, baby. Come on, nah.
So is one better than the other? I don't think so.
Oh,
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I think
I joke.
because I think they're two separate things.
They're tools in a toolbox.
Exactly. So you can't really pick one over the other. You kind of just need both, especially the way things work now.
And sometimes it depends on what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You're talking about something happening elsewhere. You might want to use news than social media, but you might use a little bit of social media to see the people who are there reacting to it nowadays. You know,
Exactly. Yeah.
And what are you trying to solve? What's the problem you're trying to solve? Can you solve it with news media or social media? You ask yourself your questions.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah. It's true.
do I want it to be rated by and swipe left and be rated by something, and or do I want a well-balanced,
Informative
thing, to get the
Article.
answer?
Yeah.
Sometimes You want to know what people think about something you bought, like this phone. So you're gonna go to social media.
It's true.
What do people in the swamps of like Uganda or whatever think about a phone? Or, what do the people in Australia think about, certain issues?
Yeah.
I don't know. That was an out there kind of thing that just popped in my head. But, it's like,
I get what you're trying to say. You don't know what's going on. There's other things going on in the world. We want to see their perspective. Obviously, we want the news. Take the news, read an article on the circumstances that are going on there, but then you go to the social media and you see what the people are reacting.
the real question, fact versus fiction.
Yeah.
Are the news giving you more fiction than fact, or fact than fiction, and vice versa with social media?
Yeah.
Somebody's opinion could be their fiction,
And
but it could be their fact.
Yeah, and a lot of people say, oh, you can't trust the media. I don't know about that. I don't know if you can't trust the media. Yes, you need to, in my opinion, when you intake anything on the media, you should take it with a little bit of a grain of salt because it's just a perspective on the circumstance. You got to trust yourself to navigate through the media to find the answers. Okay? So when you say you can't trust the media, it's not that you can't trust the media. Is that you need to be able to trust yourself to navigate through the media, because one media article is going to cover an issue a little different or maybe vastly different from another news media article, or whatever,
It's a human experience. Once humans touch things, you got to be careful. Somebody has their own insight on it, and what's important is yours, but be open to both sides.
Exactly. Eventually you find the right answer. It just takes patience and some studiousness.
Researching. Be like Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys. Go in deep. Go investigate. Encyclopedia Brown. Get to the bottom of it. Use knowledge to solve the case. Crack the case.
Yeah.
Investigative reporting. Or you just trying to weigh different types of makeups. I don't know.
Yeah.
Which video game or movie is better than the other? I don't know.
Maybe just play it and figure it out. How about that?
I want to go watch it. Let me go watch. Don't give me your opinion. Let me go watch it. I give you my opinion. How about them apples?
Yeah, put it on social media. I think we covered it.
We covered it.
Yeah, I think we covered it. Yeah. News media versus social media. It's a balancing act. Venn diagram that shit.
Yeah, Google it.
Google it. Google me, Chuck.
Put on your Google galoshes and go in there deep.
Google me, Chuck. Google me, Chuck.
Go into the swamps of Google and find out something.
Google me, Chuck. I got 3 MVPs. Google me, Chuck. Finals MVPs. Google me,
Bing
Chuck.
me. And go get in the microfiche. You don't know what a microfiche is? Google it.
Yeah. No, we covered it. We covered it. I've been Soterius.
Microfiche me.
Yeah. I've been Soterius De Lametius.
I've been Joshua Callahan.
We've been the Gentleman's Sit Down. We hope you have a great week. We'll catch you next week. Peace.
Enjoy.